You ready? Here we go. Good morning, everyone. Well, today is the day, folks. My documentary has been out for 24 hours, and as you know, it is the end of everything. Everyone hates me on the internet. No one cares about me or my content anymore. I've been completely exposed, and it's done. My detractors, everything that they have said was all prophetic. They have won, and that's the end. So today I will be streaming to myself because obviously no one will be watching this live or on demand. And on today's show, we will have a follow-up on how June the King's documentary on me is performing on YouTube and my initial reactions to it last night, which continue tonight, by the way, on DSP Reacts. Also this morning, Concord is shit canned. That is correct. Concord, the video game, is canceled. And I don't mean like cancel cultured. I mean they actually canceled the game even though it was out. That's got to be like a first. So we'll talk about that. And Doody is up to it again. In fact, this is probably the worst thing Doody's ever done. He's actually called his viewers to action to false flag my channel for something I didn't do, which is a violation of YouTube's terms of service again. So we'll talk all about this on today's very packed episode of the Level 1 Podcast. Good morning, everyone. So people are saying that I look yellow. I think it's because number one, my shirt with blue lighting behind me, and number two, the way that the camera is auto exposing. I'm not really sure what I can do about that. Maybe I could lower my ring light a level if that does anything. Now it's like I'm in the dark, so I don't think that's good. Now it looks like I'm literally in a closet. So that ain't gonna work. I guess. Oh, see, ooh, it's the exposure. It's what it is the camera's struggling to expose properly. So here, I'm Jaundice Side Phil. How you guys doing? I mean, I could change the background. I think what it is my shirt isn't jiving with the background color I selected for today. All right, let's change it. Thanks for saying something, because obviously I don't want the entire show people to be like, what the hell's going on? I guess we'll go back to, what was it? Back this level. We'll try this. Watch, this is probably going to fix it. Once the colors start changing behind me, I bet the exposure will get a little better, or at least I won't look... Yeah, look already. Look. Haha, I've turned flesh. Ah, Phil has become a man again, instead of a scarecrow or whatever, made of straw. See that? It's the auto exposure of the camera. Okay. So anyway, welcome to the show, everyone. Today is Tuesday, September 3rd, 2024. We've got quite a lot to discuss here on the Level 1 Podcast. Various different topics and things going on, updates. I'm excited because after the show, we're playing more Black Ops 6 Beta, which I actually really enjoyed playing the other day, and I'm looking forward to jumping into more. Hopefully there's like new maps and stuff, but maybe there won't be. We'll see. Just really good stuff. All right. I'm very excited for today, quite frankly. So yeah, it is official. As you guys can see, I'm streaming to myself today because my documentary's out, and the detractors were right all along. Absolutely no one will ever watch my content or support me ever again once I've been fully exposed. There's absolutely no way that we could have over 300 people in climbing on the stream that I just turned on, 57 likes, people lining up to see day 2 of my reacting to the documentary tonight on DSP Reacts. None of that's happening, correct? Like, I've been so felted and exposed to the internet, there's no way I could ever recover, okay? So, I mean, they were right. They were absolutely right, 100 billion%. This is the downfall of Darkside Phil. All I would like to say is, for those who were, really, really rooting for my downfall, you guys are a bunch of fucking idiots. Like, I've already been through all the shit that's in that doc. It's already public knowledge. Yes, it's now consolidated into one hyper-focused video, but that shit's already out there. There's going to be very few people who, are going to watch that and be like, oh my God, I can't believe it. Maybe, honestly, maybe some of the FGC stuff that we covered last night, because that stuff was never thoroughly covered. But outside of that, seriously, what did you think was going to happen? People are just dumb. I don't even know what else to say. But anyway, so let's talk a little bit about it. Let's recap yesterday, because I do want to talk about how everything went. And then let's talk about the updated status of the documentary on day 2, now that it's out for day 2, and how I'll be covering it tonight. And then we'll talk about a couple of topics. Like I said, the whole Concord thing is hilarious. And then on top of that, this Doody, he's so unhinged at this point. And I really don't want to talk about him again. I told you, I flushed the Doody. But this morning, 3 hours ago, he literally put out a blatantly factually wrong video about me. And he actively called his viewers to come false flag my channel for something I didn't do, which is a blatant violation of YouTube's terms of service. And at this point, I think it's time to flush the Doody for good. So we'll talk all about this, okay? Let's start with talking about yesterday. So yesterday, we did a few things. We had a fun podcast here as a build-up to me reacting to my own documentary on the late stream. And then we played more Black Myth Wukong. And I will admit, and I'll say this publicly, as you guys know, I just haven't been able to play as many games recently as I normally would for multiple different reasons. Reason number one, because I've been doing some special stuff, whether it's, appearing on the Kino Casino show to do interviews, or having Keemstar on my own show to do an interview. It's taking away from the gameplay that I do on this channel. Now, this week, I'm reacting to my documentary all week long on the night stream, so I'm literally cutting half my workload away to do react stuff. Next week, we will get back to normal. My plan is that maybe once a week I will do interviews on this show, but outside of that, I want the rest of my week to be a normal work week where I'm playing games. And I'm sorry to those who are looking forward to me covering games more in depth. I really do apologize, because I know, like, for example, with Black Myth Wukong, a game like that, 2 weeks into its release, by now I would have been more than halfway into it and maybe nearing the end of it, and I'm not even halfway through it yet. Now, admittedly, the game is long, and I'm about 20 hours into my playthrough, and we're not halfway through it yet, so it's going to be a lengthy game. But, yeah, I get it, and I'm barely playing it. I'm only playing it once this week, and I only can play it once this week unless I don't play multiple other games and leave everyone hanging in that regard, right? So, I apologize, but it is what it is when you are in demand for all different kinds of content, and people want to see this variety of content now. I'm going to have to weigh and balance and juggle stuff. It's going to be tough to make tough decisions about what I do every single day. And in this case, this week is a really tight week with the reacting every single day. So, again, I apologize. Next week should be way more back to normal with many, many streams of double gameplay, so I can cover things more in depth. And I promise you, normalcy is coming, all right? But yesterday, Black Myth Wukong, good progress, fought a lot of tough bosses, got really far. From what I'm to understand, I'm really at the end of Chapter 3 now. Like, someone had actually warned me, hold off, because if you do this mission, you're going to end up at the end of the chapter, and then you can't do the other content. So I kind of held off and went and did other side stuff. But it looks like I'll finish it up when I play it again next week. Because, yes, it's going to be next week when I get to play Black Myth Wukong again, if you can believe it, okay? So, that is next week. But I had a good time with it yesterday. Check it out. Give it a look. Good content here on the channel. And then last night over on the DSP Reacts channel, which you can find at youtube.com/@DSPReacts. Okay. Actually, I could just bring it up on screen. I don't know why I didn't. Duh. Why not bring up what I'm talking about on screen right now so you guys can see it, right? That's the beauty of having this PC set up. So where is it? There it is. Okay. So here's the channel, and last night I live streamed to all of you. Over 1,000 live viewers on the stream, which is amazing. For this channel, I don't get good views, so to have over 1,000 people here live was awesome. The video is available right now, as you can see, in its entirety. It was around 2 hours, 40 minutes of reacting. It covered the entire first hour of the June the King documentary on me. So far, doing pretty darn good views, and I know that's going to skyrocket as more people watch after the fact, because a lot of people couldn't watch it live. It is an archived live stream, FYI. That's how you can check it out. I did not record it as a separate video and upload it separately. I'm going to do this all week. I'm just going to make them archived live streams. And FYI, I'm going to make a playlist. This is the playlist. And this is going to be part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, all in a row on the playlist. So once they're all live, you can just hit play and watch them all in a row if you would so choose to do that, okay? Now, I did do a couple highlight clips, all right? I am going to do highlights from the daily reacting to my documentary and put them here. So if you're interested in the highlights of the show rather than watching 2 hours, 40 minutes, check them out. Because a lot of people aren't aware that I'm going to do highlights and clips on the React channel all week. I am. So 2 clips. One was when I got banned from Blip TV for the worst joke ever. I think you all know what joke that is, for the Dead Space 2 demo. And then how I became the nightmare of the fighting game community in the mid-2000s as the biggest shit talker ever, beat everyone at EVO 2005, and they couldn't take it. So 2 interesting clips. Please give them a watch. I put the work into, editing them out, and I hope that you'll give them a look. That will definitely help the channel. So tonight on the late stream, we're doing it all again. That's what this is. This is the late stream. This is the late stream placeholder. Last night, it was all about the early days of the FGC and my YouTube beginnings, okay? Tonight, it's Project 7, and then the rise of all of my trolls messing with me moving to Washington, and the incident. And I feel like those topics will be the ones covered. I really doubt we're going to get further than that, and that'll probably get us another hour into the documentary. Okay? So, if you're interested, if you are interested to see this, please, get over here, click on the notify me, be sure to subscribe to the channel, because if you want to talk in the chat, you have to be subscribed, and we'll do it all again tonight. I would say yesterday was a fun intro, but that's literally what it was. It was an intro. Now we're going to get into the real drama, and this is what people want to see, the real drama of Darkseid Phil over the years and the stuff that he did and what happened. So we're going to get into the meat of it starting tonight. I hope you guys will join me for that. Roughly between 6:45 to 7 p.m. Pacific time is when the stream will begin. There was not a big intro. It's like a 5-minute intro and then no music, no ads on the stream. I want to emphasize this. There's no advertisements on the stream. You just watch it and you're there and, no ads, okay? So please come by and check that out tonight, all right? Cool. All right, so I'm excited for that. It went well. Obviously, having 8,000 views in climbing within 24 hours is a huge win for me for anything that I do. And I really appreciate those of you who hung out, and I hope we will do it again tonight. But, of course, as you know, because this documentary has utterly destroyed me, no one's ever going to tune in and watch me ever again. How many viewers do I have? 478 in climbing. Okay, great. No one's turning into me ever again. All right. Oh, one other thing. Since I had that screen up, I just wanted to give a big congrats to June because, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Only 24 hours. And let's actually hit refresh just in case this number has changed. It jumped 10,000 views in only 24 hours. My documentary, 363,000 views in the first 24 hours of it being live, okay? This video, June said to me this morning, this is the first documentary he's ever done that he believes has trended on YouTube. It showed in the trending tab, which never happens. He got into trending because of it. How cool is that? So, yeah, people have eyes on the DSP documentary. Yeah, this is going to be a wild ride this week, okay? I certainly hope that if you guys are enjoying the documentary, you will check out my live react to it every night over on DSP Reacts. Well, good stuff, he's so far in the first hour, right? The only real issue I have is that he had some spelling errors, which I told him about, and the fact that he said that he thinks my channel got demonetized. Well, he thinks that my AdSense got suspended because I was telling people to click ads, but in reality, that's not really what happened. I had said that in a video a year and a half before. It wasn't until I made $18,000 in 1 month on AdSense, and then I was making $13,000 and more during the next month that YouTube then suspended my AdSense. It's the correlation is that I was making too much money because people were clicking like crazy because they felt bad for me because I lost my job. Not that a year and a half prior, I had said that one little comment in a face reveal video. But that's the narrative my detractors have rolled with forever. And a lot of people like to believe the dramatic over the, more rational. So I don't really care that he said that, but I did tell him that. I was like, I really feel you're wrong on that point. But outside of that, the whole thing's good so far in the first hour, okay? So, there you go. And good stuff so far. Again, tonight, I hope you will come back and join me, all right? Anyway, so yesterday was a great streaming day. It was. Went well. We continue with the King's streak. As you guys can see, the streak continues. And I'm very happy to keep that positivity rolling and getting as much engagement and views and everything. I really do appreciate that, guys. Thank you for keeping it going, especially literally on the day when the documentary dropped. And everyone's like, this will be the end for Phil. And then to see that wasn't the case at all, right? It was actually quite the opposite. People are now interested in me and want to find out, who am I? What kind of content do I do? As opposed to, oh, this is the end of Phil and he will never make content ever again, right? And if anything, this week I'm reacting to it every day. And the next week when I have June on as a guest on my show, I certainly think that that's going to pique some interest, because I'm having the documentarian on who's basically ripping me a new butthole on my own show to have a civil conversation, right? So obviously you're going to see a big change from between the old Phil, who probably would have been so angry that someone was making a documentary on him, to someone who's literally promoting the documentary every day and is going to have the documentarian on his show as a guest, right? Cool. Let's do some shout outs because we have a few to do. And then we'll continue on with the topics that I want to talk about today. Okay. So first of all, Pausen, 31 months as a member here on the channel. Says looking forward to a good day of streaming. Me too. I'm excited because we're going to be doing, let's talk about that. We're going to be doing Call of Duty Black Ops 6 beta for the second day. I played it for the first time on Saturday. I actually really enjoyed it, except for that stupid rewind map. I really don't like that map. But it controlled incredibly well. Yes, even on pad. I'm playing on PC now, on my gaming PC, but I'm using pad. I didn't have issue. A lot of people thought I would. A lot of people were under the impression I was going to struggle because everyone is using keyboard and mouse on PC. But I was whooping their butts. I was top of the leaderboards half the time. I was getting crazy kill streaks. Choppers were coming in. I was really enjoying myself. The one bummer is, sadly, you can't do much early because you have to unlock everything. You have to unlock all the attachments and the weapons. So it's slow going at first. I wish, at least for this beta, it would have made a lot more sense for them to just unlock everything so you could just play it and enjoy it. Do the unlocks during the real game. You know what I'm saying? Not during the stupid beta. It doesn't make sense. But so, yeah, the whole first 2 hours, I'm like flubbing it. And then finally, that last hour, I got a bunch of good unlocks on the AK-47, and I was kicking ass. Was it the AK-47? It was an AK, but I don't know if it was the AK-47. But anyway, it was going well. People liked it. By the way, the quality of the videos are superb. Like, I watched them back, and now you can pause on a frame of me playing Call of Duty, and the entire screen is crisp because of my new capture and streaming quality. It didn't used to be like that. Whenever I played Call of Duty, it would be blurry. Now, you could literally pause at any moment, and you could see everything. I'm like, wow, it looks so good with this setup. So I'm so pleased I made all these improvements in the last year to my setup, and now everything's looking and performing so well. So more of that today, right after this podcast. I hope you guys will stick around and enjoy the chaotic FPS action of the Black Ops 6 beta. And then tonight, yes, over on the DSP Reacts channel, it's more reacting to my documentary featuring, again, Project 7, Trouble with Trolls, moving across the country, the fallout where, my friendship with John Rambo falling apart, and then the incident, okay? So that's really what we're covering tonight on the documentary. Cool. Tomorrow, FYI, Street Fighter will return. We're going to do Street Fighter 6 and then more reacting to the documentary. And then Thursday is the big day. I'm going to have Stuttering Craig from Side Scrollers on this show as a guest to hash out what happened last year. And I just want to say this. I had a quick conversation with Craig yesterday. My detractors are contacting Craig and telling him that I'm saying on this show that he has no right to ask me any questions when he appears on Thursday. Does that sound like anything that I actually said, that he has to zip his lips and he can't talk or ask questions? Did I ever say that? Of course not. It's their campaign of misinformation that they continue to push as their narrative to this day. They basically don't want him to come on my show because they know if he comes on this show and we have a conversation like two men and we hash it out, their narrative is crushed. So, yeah, they're lying to him. And so he contacted me. He's like, is this true? I was like, no, it's exactly as we said. The point of your appearance on my show on Thursday is for us to hash out what happened last year. I want to go through the history, how you restarted your podcast, how you contacted me to be a guest, how that evolved into an interview, how the interview went, what happened after the interview, then my reaction to what happened after the interview, and the interactions we had since then. And I want to have a man-to-man conversation about all of that because I want to hash it out, and I'm tired of drama. Obviously, you can ask me questions during that part. Like, what? I said the only thing is I don't want it to be DSP Interview 2.0. I don't want you coming on my show with the intention that you're going to hit me with questions about my finances and mobile games. That's dumb shit. No one cares about that. I'm going to be reacting to that in the documentary all week. I don't need that again on Thursday. I want to talk about us and our interaction last year. And he's like, that's completely fair. And I was like, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, why are people listening to these fucking idiot detractors? They make it up every single fucking day. I don't know why anyone would give them attention. They're always lying, right? So, yeah, that's coming Thursday. And then after that, we're going to have a decompression session. And then I don't know if after the decompression we'll have time for anything more, like gameplay. But then Thursday night, if all goes according to plan, will be my final reaction stream to the documentary. It looks like last night we covered an hour, so if we keep on that pace, I should finish it by Thursday night, which means when I return from my break on Saturday, we can get back to normalcy. Full double stream days, you know, covering all the important games and topics and things like that, okay? Okay, so that's the week. Continuing on, Cyberbolt became a member this morning. Thank you, Cyberbolt, for becoming a member of the channel. And I received a $50 tip. Let's see. Oh my goodness, it's a giant message. Okay? And I want to read it, but it even cuts off because the person put so much information into it. So hold on. Let's play the animation. Let's update the leaderboard. Then we'll talk about this, okay? So hold on. It was a $50 tip. Come on, now my page won't load. It was a $50 tip. Play the animation. Did it play? It played. Okay, the page is fucked up. I'm going to try to refresh it again. I don't know what's going on with my animations page. It's been having a lot of issues loading these days, but it played on the stream anyway. This is an anonymous tipper. From what I can see, unless they put their name at the end of the tip and it cut off. Yeah, PayPal does have a character limit. It's a large limit, but if you put a giant essay, it's going to get cut off, okay? So, thank you for the very generous contribution. Okay, I appreciate that. Now, by the way, we have over 500 people on the podcast so far this morning. Thanks for joining me. If you could hit the like button, I'd really appreciate that. We're at 100 likes, but we can get it to like 150, 200. That would help the channel tremendously. You guys, I covered it the other day. Your engagement has really helped this channel in a huge way. So please keep the engagement coming with the likes and the comments and all of that. Thank you. And any contributions today, greatly appreciated. Obviously, I'm hoping that we can hit King Streak 32 on this stream of $150 in tips. And then any super chats, memberships, gifted memberships help this channel a lot. Thank you. Okay, so here's what this person has to say. It's a giant message. This is a video from your channel, now renamed DSP Reacts. It is a video from 2013 called Important Update, addressing negativity. Starting at timestamp 41 minutes and 6 seconds. You actually get the price of the PC correct. The price was $1,600, the one that your fan built. You also talk about the website they built and the drama the Chris guy caused. The reason I'm bringing this to your attention is because I jumped the gun and watched the whole documentary. It's clear June didn't watch this video. He only took the detractor's point of view regarding the PC. I know you told him when the documentary was being made, the PC cost $3,000, but that's years later. I think you assumed the PC was $3,000 because the PC you got later is the one that actually did cost $3,000, not the one your fan made. The other annoying thing June does is mention something, doesn't provide extra information, and glosses over something, and it doesn't paint an accurate picture. I look forward to you, and then it cancels out. All right, well, he says it's a video from 2013 called Important Update Addressing the Negativity. Got it. Okay, ready? We're going to do this live. This way it's done, and if it actually comes up in the documentary, we got it evidenced right here. All right, so here we go. He says it's at the 41-minute, 6-second mark. Absolutely not. He was very upfront, transparent with what he did when he built that PC. He sent me all the receipts. It's filed away in literally thousands of documents, and I can't find it right now. But what I did do is that I went on my PayPal to see how much money I sent to him directly through PayPal to build this PC. It ended up that I paid him almost $1,600 to build this PC by the time it was done. So this is the video from, let's look at the date, September 8th, 2013. I will keep this tab open so that tonight when I do my live react to the June the King documentary, when this topic comes up, we'll have it. And that way, if he needs to make a correction, he will. Okay? Thank you for that, because I don't even know what he covers, how he covers it in regards to this PC. The story is that these two guys made a fan site for me, and we're running the fan site, and then they wanted me to make a PC for me, because I guess there was something they were involved in. I don't know if it was a school project. I don't know if it was like training for a job. But basically, like they said, if I bought a PC through them and they built it, they would get some kind of credits or credit. And so I was like, I'll help these guys out. They've helped me out. They made a fan site. So basically, at first, I thought it was going to be one price. Then they said, no, it was going to be like a different price. And like I'm saying here, by the end of the time that this was going down, it cost me around $1,600. They mailed me the PC. The PC had damage to the front of it, and half the RAM didn't work. So, I mean, that's just, matter of fact with the PC stuff. Like, you can't lie about that. It's just the truth. It didn't work right. Okay? So, apparently this erupted into, like, a huge feud between us at one point. I mean, this is so long ago. This is, like, 11 plus years ago. I don't even remember the exact particulars of it. So, when June asked me earlier this year, he's like, could you tell me about the situation? I was like, dude, I can only tell you off the top of my head what I remember. It's been so long. And I don't have receipts to prove how much I paid or anything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have anything. So, no, I can't really speak factually, but here's what I think I remember. So, maybe what he did is he took what I thought I remembered and put it in the documentary, but it doesn't necessarily reflect what was real. You know what I mean? I guess we'll see in the documentary tonight, because this definitely should be tonight. This is that time frame when I did Project 7, and then the trolls is probably going to be in the segment about the trolls are coming after Phil or whatever. That's probably where this will be addressed. But we got the video now. And we're at the timestamp, so we can watch this and see if this applies, all right? Well, thank you. Whoever this was that tipped, thank you for that. I guess we'll see if this applies tonight or not. All right? If not, well, no big deal then, okay? What am I doing? Oh, here we go. Okay. All right, so what I would like to do now is start talking about some hot topics today that are going down. All right, so the first hot topic of the day is definitely got to be this whole Concord situation. Now, we've talked about Concord recently, okay? Concord is a game that was developed by, a Sony internal development team. It's a game that was, shadow announced, out of nowhere during a state of play, a month ago, I think. And literally, it just looked like 100% uninspired, ripped off corporate kind of nonsense. And what I mean by that is every character looks like they're a rip-off of Guardians of the Galaxy. They all act off of each other like it's a comedy show. And you almost get that vibe, and you're like, oh, is that what the game is going to be? No, then they showed the gameplay, and the gameplay, it's a hero shooter, team-based, just like Overwatch. Like, it's basically Sony's version of Overwatch. Like, they wanted an Overwatch clone really bad. Why they want an Overwatch clone in 2024 when Overwatch itself is not doing well in 2024, I have no idea. It seems kind of like a not very big picture thinking strategy. But the rumor is that over $100 million was spent on the development of this game just for it to be rush dropped out, out of nowhere. Within a month of its announcement, it's out. And unlike Overwatch, you have to pay for it. What? Your competition's free, but you have to pay for it. Figure that one out. And basically, it did drop a week or two ago, and the player base is so low that games like last year's Gollum, the most worst game of last year, actually has more active players on Steam at a time than Concord does. Concord has peaked at 400 players, okay? So with a player base that small, obviously, that this game probably is not going to last and it's having problems. I mean, I would even wonder if you actually bought Concord, could you search and find a server to play on? Or are you searching and you can't even find anyone to play with, right? What's hilarious, they thought this was going to be so big, okay? They actually have a PlayStation 5 DualSense controller that's Concord branded. And they were selling it for $80 and no one bought it. It's completely fully stocked everywhere. They mass produced it and no one's bought any of them. So you could probably expect those to be bargain basement prices in just a couple months. They were so gung-ho that this game was going to do well. There is a TV show coming out later this year called Secret Level, and it's on Amazon Video. And it's going to be an anthology series against video games, or about video games. It's going to have Mega Man and God of War in it. And there's going to be an episode on Concord. So you know what that means. Sony paid a lot of money to say, hey, this is our new IP, which we're pushing, and everyone's going to love it. We're going to make a ton of money on it. We need an episode of your show to be about it. So let's pay a bunch of money to get in there, right? By the time, seriously, by the time that this game, well, by the time that show comes out, this game won't exist. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, guess what? This game already doesn't exist. Because this morning, Sony pulled the plug on Concord completely. 100%. It's gone. It's shit canned. It's done. Okay? So let's take a look at Concord on the PlayStation blog as of this morning. Okay? From Ryan Ellis, game director of Firewalk Studios. Concord fans, well, already I don't know who he's talking to. There are no Concord fans. Like, people bought it ironically to see how it would play and review it. No one actually is a fan of Concord. So already the first words of the blog post are addressed to no one. Right? Okay. Concord fans, we've been listening closely to your feedback since the launch of Concord on PlayStation 5 and PC. We want to thank everyone who has joined the journey aboard the North Star. Your support and the passionate community that has grown around the game has meant the world to us. This guy is living in an alternate world dimension or something, or he's really high this morning. There is absolutely no passionate community, and there is no support for the game. Hence, that's why it has record low people on Steam playing it, and why everyone is making fun of it. But of course, he has to basically like toot his own horn and fluff himself here to make him feel like all the work he did on this game was worth it, when in reality, it was a complete waste of everyone's fucking time. However, while many qualities of the experience resonated with players, no, they did not. That's a complete falsified statement. None of the qualities resonated with players. That's why no one played it. We also recognize the other aspects of the game, and our initial launch didn't land the way we'd intended. When you say other aspects, I mean, I think he's referencing the entirety of the game. Like, people just don't like the entirety of the game, not certain aspects. The whole game is the problem. No one likes it. And the initial launch didn't land the way we intended. Now, that I would say is the first factual statement that he said in this post, because Sony seems like they really thought it was going to be like a huge win. They spent all this time and money developing it. They branded a controller. There's an episode of Secret Level about it. They thought this thing was going to be a hit. And it has been the biggest flop Sony's probably ever put out, honestly. Therefore, at this time, we've decided to take the game offline beginning September 6, 2024, and explore options, including those that will better reach our players. While we determine the best path ahead, Concord sales will cease immediately. We will begin to offer a full refund for all gamers who have purchased the game for PS5 or PC. If you purchased the game for PlayStation 5 from the PlayStation Store or PlayStation Direct, a refund will be issued back to your account original payment method. So here's the thing. Like, some people are like, wow, that's really good of Sony to issue refunds. You do realize that only 300, 400 people bought it on PC, and probably like less than that bought it on PS5. So this is like pennies to Sony. It's not a big deal to have to issue that kind of refund. It would be a different thing if this were like a Cyberpunk 2077 situation and millions of people had bought the game and wanted refunds. So this is like a pittance to them, not a big deal at all. But man, so what was that, a week? 2 weeks? I think it was 2 weeks the game's been out now. I think maybe a week, 2 weeks, and it's done already. Is that officially the fastest? Is that officially the fastest that it's ever been? I'm trying to think if there was ever another game that was shit canned that fast. Nothing's coming to mind, you know? So it might literally be the biggest flop in video game history. But, I mean, E.T. was bad, but it's not like they stopped selling the game. It's just that the game wouldn't sell, right? So then they buried all the copies in the Nevada desert. But in this case, they're not even going to sell it anymore. They're actually pulling the game. If you want to know the truth, I think what it is They put all this money into supporting the game, but now no one's playing it. So they're like, why are we gonna keep investing the money? We were expecting so many players, it was gonna pay for itself. But there's no one playing it. Therefore, the incredible cost to just have servers and shit running, it doesn't even justify the cost to keep it going. You know, it's kind of like you open a business, a brick and mortar business, right? So you have upkeep costs like electricity and utilities to keep the building running. But if no one's coming in the building, just close the business, then you can shut down the utilities. It's kind of the same thing. Like they're just like, fuck this. There's not enough people to even justify us running the servers. We're just going to turn the whole thing off. Okay. Customers who purchase from other digital storefronts will also be refunded. More information below. Steam Store refunds players who bought the game over the coming days. They'll send confirmation. Epic Game Store will refund players who bought the game over the coming days and will contact each customer directly. Other retailer refunds. For customers who have purchased a physical copy at a retailer location outside of PlayStation, refer to the refund process of the retailer. So you're fucked. Because if you're not aware, brick and mortar retailers do not allow you to refund or return a game physically once you've opened it. All you can do is exchange it for the same game, or you can trade it in for an insanely decreased value. So for example, let's say you bought this game at GameStop for $40. I think that was the price tag, $39.99. If you bring it back to GameStop, they're going to be like, we're not taking that back as a return. It's not allowed. We'll let you trade it in for $10. So you put $40 and you get $10 back. So I hate to say it, folks, but we've talked about this recently. People who are demanding a physical copy are starting to get hosed, and I can see this happening more and more. We're going to have to stop with this. The whole physical copy thing, I just don't think it's worth it at this point. I mean, it's nice to have on your shelf and shit, but now people are literally getting screwed. If you bought the game physically, you're not getting your money back. $40, and there's no game to play as of 3 days. They're closing the game on Friday. So you spent $40 to play a game with 300 people online for 2 weeks, and now you're out $40. That's not fair, right? And I know a lot of people disagree with me on the point, but at some point people are going to have to realize that the whole physical copy thing is over. Everything is going digital. Even I don't like it because I like physically owning something and knowing it's mine, not that someone can flip a switch and turn off your license access to something. But this is the way everything's gone. Movies, television, music, and video games are all digital, and we have to start accepting this. If you bought it digitally, you will get your money back. Once refunded players will no longer have access to the game. It won't matter because the game's shutting down on Friday anyway, so I don't even know why they even said that. We'll keep you updated, and thank you to all the free gunners who have joined us in the Concord Galaxy. We'll keep you updated about what? Your game is done. Your game is over. What are you going to update us on next? Will he be posting up about what he had for breakfast tomorrow or something? Like, Ryan, no one cares. Your game is shit can. So we don't need another update. You might as well, if this was the last thing ever posted on the internet about Concord, it would be fine. No one would give a shit. Okay? So anyway, what are my thoughts? Well, we already talked about it earlier in the week, but I'll just reiterate. Okay? Today, it seems like when people start making video games, the first thought is, how do we print money? All right? It used to be, how do we make something fun and artistic that people will enjoy? It'll be a part of culture and their life forever. And once it's established as something good, then we make money on it. Rather than, oh, we just got to make something that will print money. Right? That's the problem. The soul of artistic creation has been lost to people sitting in a boardroom plotting how to make money like Mr. Burns. Like, I'm serious. They're all like fucking Mr. Burns from The Simpsons. How do we screw everyone and make money? And then, hey, if it's a good game or whatever, they don't even care. They really don't care if they're making good games or not. And that's pathetic. That's the opposite philosophy of how to succeed in an artistic space. All right? They're not pumping out a car or a new knife to cut vegetables with. They're pumping out an artistic work that needs to resonate with an audience. And if it doesn't, it will never make the money that they seek. But they're too dumb to understand that. We now have these corporate bigwigs literally rubbing their hands together, and this is the state of gaming. Concord is a soulless piece of creation. The game is blatantly ripped off of other people's ideas, whether it's the Guardians of the Galaxy characters and actions, whether it's the gameplay that's stolen from Overwatch, whether it's the modern how do I even say political overtones that the game definitely has by pushing certain agendas. Everything about the game is false from what people would ask for in a video game in 2024. That's why it failed. It's not because, oh, those right-wingers came after us, man, and all that negativity online, it ruined our game. No, your game sucked. Your game sucked anyway. It doesn't matter that the right-wingers didn't like your agenda that you put in the game. Your game still sucked. That's why no one's talking about it. That's why no one bought it, and that's why it's already canceled. Make a good game, profit. Make a bad game, become the laughingstock of the modern age. It's cause and effect. So I think now, this year alone, right? Suicide Squad, laughingstock. People are fucking getting laid off because of, you know, the awful choices of management. And now we've got Concord. What else? There's another one or two that this is happening to as well. You know, I'm not following them because I don't really follow the bad games, but, you know, this is all becoming a pattern. And this is a good thing. Don't get me wrong. This is a good thing. Why? Because we don't want bad games being pushed to the forefront as good games, because if they were, then that's all anyone would make. And that's, do you want every game to be a soulless corporate shill money printing game? Or do you want to play good video games? I prefer good ones. I don't know about you guys. So the Concord saga coming to a close so quickly is great, because these will be what we can reference now. When we look at bad games, you say, what about Skull and Bones? What about Concord? What about Suicide Squad? You can reference examples, and then people will say, oh, okay, I understand. This is how we don't do this, right? There you go. So let's hope for the best when it comes to other game devs. I would guarantee you, right now, there's at least 5 more game developers out there making other shitty games just like this. And hopefully now the management, oh shit, I know we invested a lot of time and money into this, but you know what? The plan isn't working. Let's backpedal and go make something good instead of pumping out 5 more shitty games, right? I hope. But, you know, only time will tell, correct? Let's do some more shout-outs, and then we have to talk about this fucking loser Doody again, which I really don't want to, but I have to, because he's literally slandering me again, and he's inciting his viewers, which is insane. He's going to get himself fucking banned from YouTube. I don't know how he thinks any other outcome's going to happen. But anyway, so, hold on.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Doody.
There, I want to make sure I had the video there. Okay. So, some shout-outs. We have Beast Bod, 8 months in a row as a member here on the channel, loving the documentary react and your comeback. Thank you so much, Beast Bod. I appreciate your 8 months of support and coming out to hang with me here today. I received a $1.50 tip. Excuse me. From Big Papa Phil. I watched the whole doc. You were just a regular dude who loved gaming, who got popular by filming your passion. You love games and you're a gamer. You made mistakes because you're a regular guy. You don't deserve all the crazy psycho-obsessive behavior from stalkers. Thank you, Big Papa Phil. So hold on. No, hold on. Big Papa Phil, you're in the chat, right? Because I saw him in the chat. So you're telling me you've watched the whole documentary. I haven't yet. I've only seen the first hour. You watched the whole documentary. You're not going to disown me forever. You don't think I'm the worst person on the planet. This isn't my downfall. And you're actually here on the stream watching me. I don't understand. Because I was to understand that this was the end of me. That this absolute was the complete and utter destruction of Darkside Phil, that this documentary would come out. I thought that I was done. Because, you know, as they said, this was it. No one was ever going to watch my content again. Let me take a look. Oh, look, we have 684 viewers and climbing, 150 likes. Guys, if you're enjoying today's podcast, please click the like button. It helps this channel a lot with the engagement. It really has helped a ton in August, and I want to keep that rolling through September. And again, guys, please support the channel. Right now we have no super chats, 1 membership. Let's get some support going, okay? Okay, so, wow, people are here to watch my content? I'm flabbergasted. I was listening to what the detractor said instead of everyone else, and they told me that this was over. Like, this was the end of me. I don't understand. I'm very confused. It's almost as if they're stupid and wrong. Like I said all along for the past 10 years, but no one wanted to hear me until the last month, right? Okay. I received a $1 tip from Raging Boar. I heard in Concord, it took upwards of 8 minutes to even find a single match because there were so few players. I mean, yeah, that's what would happen. You're right. That's exactly what happened to me with games like last year. The or 2 years ago with the Capcom Fighting Collection on console, you couldn't find anyone at all, like, because no one was playing it. So you bought the game, and within a month, the game was basically defunct. You couldn't even play it online, which honestly is kind of a ripoff, but I guess that's the risk you take when you're playing a collection like that that's not cross-platform, right? So in the case of Concord, here's a game that's like heavily promoted by Sony, and you think you're going to get your money's worth, and no one's paying it, right? Or playing it. So, okay. Okay, that's it for now. If any more contributions come in, I will shout them out live. Please, by all means, do. Again, it would be great if we could hit the $150 Things Tips goal by the end of the podcast, because if we do, then I can just focus on Call of Duty and not have to worry about that shit. It will take a lot of weight off my shoulders so I can focus on the game. So please, if you were thinking of contributing, it would be great to get it in during the show. Plus, I could shout you out without interrupting gameplay, right? Okay, so now, folks, I didn't want to do it. I told you I was done with this, okay? Really. I told you I was done with this. And I can't... By the way, it's hilarious when you get all the related detractor videos over here that are all completely false. A week-long trek to retcon 16 years. What exactly did I retcon yesterday in my hour react? I don't recall retconning anything. In fact, I would say things, and then June would play the clip where in the past I'd said exactly the same thing. Just confirming that my stories haven't changed and I'm not retconning anything. Or DSP is felted by June and the Kino turns on DSP. When did that happen? What? Kino Casino isn't even around. They're on vacation till mid to late September. They haven't said a word because they're not here. How could they have turned on me? It's just, you see what I'm saying? The videos these morons put out, they're blatant lies and defamation and bullshit. They're never truthful. But people are so fucking dumb. They believe that dumb drama shit. It's literally, I didn't even do any work. All I did was look at related videos, and the 2 videos on the right are completely false. Okay? Anyway, the real reason we have to talk about this today is because Doody has gone off the deep end. He literally has made a video that is 100% slander and a lie. Now, he thinks he can protect himself because he added a question mark. He thinks he can protect himself because he put a question mark at the end of the sentence, meaning, is DSP inciting violence instead of DSP is inciting violence, right? So why don't we watch this together and you judge for yourself if you think he's saying I'm inciting violence and he's doing a call to action with his viewers. You ready? Here we go.
Doody back again with another demonetized video. That's right, number 2. And this one has a bit of a serious overtone. As you guys know, most of my videos about DSP are usually...
All of your videos are about DSP. Not most of the videos about... All of your videos are about DSP. Every single one. Because you don't have anything else to talk about because no one cares about you. They just want to see you talk shit about me. You're deranged followers, right?
Clowning videos on Phil, talking about something he did, talking about the Vortex, talking about his subscribers.
Why are you giving an intro? You're talking to your own audience. Your own audience knows who you are. Why are you introducing yourself like you're... No one new is watching you, Doody. No one new is watching your shit. What... Every video does he start, hey, I'm Doody. By the way, I make videos about DSP. Dude, who the fuck are you talking to? It's like he has to build himself up for his own video. What the fuck? All right, let's skip ahead because I don't want to hear his dumb intro.
A bunch of employees because, of course, some of their decisions, gaming decisions, didn't pan out. And anyone that's ever worked for a corporation, whenever something doesn't work...
Okay, I'm bored. Let's keep going. Let's find the point. Can you get to the point?
On Rocksteady's management and incited violence. He did.
Oh, wait a minute. You titled the video, Why is DSP inciting violence against Rocksteady management? Question mark. Oh, wait, never mind. I read it wrong. It's why is DSP inciting violence? Never mind. He actually outright is saying that I've incited violence. Okay? He's saying that I am saying to attack people in my content. All right? Very interesting. Let's see what his evidence of this is. Are you ready?
So, I have a clip here. Let's play it. It's about a minute long where he's ranting and raving about Rocksteady. And let's hear Phil in his own words.
The people at the top made all the bad decisions. And then they're laying off the people who did all the grunt work at the bottom instead of punishing the people who are responsible. Laying off the people at the bottom solves nothing. It will not make the problem go away. It's the morons in charge who fucking did it. So what the story should be is the board of directors or the CEO or whoever's in charge over there who made the decision to make this shit game has been fired. Not laid off, fired, shit canned, thrown the fuck out of the building, felted, kicked in the ass, thrown onto the fucking sidewalk with all of their belongings in a cardboard box, tossed out behind them, and shot all over the street. That's what should happen. The tossed out. So you heard what I said. Their belongings should be tossed out and shot all over the street. Like, did you ever see, like in the 1980s, there were a lot of movies like this. Someone got fired, so they show them getting kicked out of the building. They have a box of their stuff, and they throw it, and their shit just goes all over the street. You know, pencils and books and things from their desk just explodes all over. You know, like a big public felting, essentially, right? So that's what I said, okay? Out behind them and shot all over the street. That's what should happen. The dumb fucks who think they're so smart but don't know anything about the gaming industry, who dictate this kind of shit. Who should be laid off or fired? The people who forced BioWare to make shitty-ass Anthem when all they wanted to do was make another awesome RPG, and they were told, no, make Anthem. Okay?
Alrighty, so I played the clip twice where you clearly heard Phil say
that their belongings should be shot all over the street in a comic fashion, as if shot out of a cannon, comedically, like you would do in like a movie.
Not only should they be felted or thrown out or fired, they should literally be shot.
I didn't say that. Did you even listen to the clip you played twice? I said their belongings should be shot all over the street. Doody, you are so dumb that your own video disproves your own statement, and you have now created public defamation, slander, libel about me in this video. It is clear evidence that your content is garbage and is violating YouTube's terms of service. This is misinformation, this is bullying, and this is harassment. That's 3 different counts that this video has violated. You were already demonetized, and this is the game you want to fucking play with me? How dumb are you? What the fuck, dude? Seriously. Now, I'm not even going to watch the rest, but I just want to show you something. Look what he did. In the comment that he posted on the video, he posted up my clip and a timestamp. Why do you think he did that? Because he's inciting his audience to try to go flag my video. Take a look at the replies. Reported his vid for inciting violence and reported his channel as well. These marks will push him further down the algorithm. I want them to enforce the rules on DSP. Look. So literally, he quotes my video with a timestamp, and immediately his viewers and followers say, hey, thanks, Doody, I reported him. So as a direct result of your slander and defamation, people have committed a crime, a false report. You incited your audience to commit crimes. That is a direct violation of YouTube's terms of service, Doody. You're in trouble, Doody. You're in a lot of fucking trouble, bro. I'm sorry, but you did it to yourself. All you had to do was crawl to your little corner of the internet, keep your mouth shut, keep making dumb videos like this. Like this one. Oh, the 16-year retcon. That would have been fine. But you had to go a step further. Why? Here's why Doody does this, okay? Because he's angry he lost his monetization. Now, I had absolutely nothing to do with that. That was because he got into a tiff with Keemstar, which put the public light on his channel, and YouTube looked at it and said, wow, this guy's making all bullying content, demonetize his content, right? Or it could have been they looked and said, he's just clipping people without adding commentary or criticism, demonetize his content. Who knows what the rationale was? I don't know. But your actions, you messed with the wrong guy. He's a big public guy, right? And boom, you got demonetized. Now, here's the thing. He knows if he fucks with Keemstar again, it's just going to hurt him again. So instead of fucking with Keemstar, he thinks he can fuck with me. Dude, the only reason Keemstar ever talked to you was because of me. Because I called out your hypocrisy earlier in the week. Keem saw my video, then he went on your show and called you out. So what makes you think that calling me out like this in a blatant lie that didn't happen isn't going to cause the same fucking thing again? How fucking dumb are you? Good fucking Lord, man, you're stupid. Anyway, I mean, that's really all I have to say. There's no reason to even continue the video. You know I didn't say that anyone should be shot. You know I didn't incite violence, right? You guys were on the show yesterday. I've clipped the clip, and everyone's watched it. No one has said this but Doody. He's made it up. Even playing it back, he's made it up. The clip that he's playing doesn't say what it says. So, I don't have any more time for Doody. Doody, you're flushed. You violated YouTube's terms of service again. I wish you the best, because my God have mercy on your soul. How you think that you're going to get yourself and wriggle out of this one? You blatantly did it. And the evidence is there to see. Even if you delete this video, I already fucking just talked about it, so you're fucked. And by the way, for the record, no, I'm not going to flag your video. No, I'm not going to tell anyone to flag your video. In fact, how about this, everyone? Don't flag Doody's content. Do not flag Doody's content no matter what you do. I want this man to fall apart of his own accord. And let's also be honest, it's kind of funny to talk about this on the show. It's a good topic, isn't it? To see how my detractors are imploding on a daily basis and I don't have to lift a finger, that they do it to themselves. Again, I didn't do anything. You did. It's just so good, right? Okay, so we're done with that. We flushed the Doody again. See, it's weird, because I keep flushing the Doody, but he's like one of those long turds, and he's sticking in the bowl and spinning on the hole instead of fitting down like this. He's stuck like this. He's spinning around. The turd's gone sideways, right? People are saying refresh it. Why? Why do I need to refresh it? Video is unavailable. The video has been made private. You've got to be fucking kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Oh, no. Oh, no. It doesn't even fit. But I gotta wear it. What a fucking idiot. Oh my God. It doesn't fit. It actually hurts my head. I can't leave that on. That is absolutely fucking incredible, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I can't believe it. I don't believe it, but it's true. Just like my whole wild ride on YouTube, you would think it's too wild for reality. I made it up, right? I totally made it up. This isn't real. It's real, folks. It's very real. This is the reality I live with every day. These are the level of people that I deal with. He was so publicly fucking owned, exposed, and felted. He fucking privated the video. By the way, Doody, for the record, when you private a video, it's still open to reporting. Just to forewarn you, because I've been through this, where people hit me with false DMCAs, and even though the video was privated, I got hit with a copyright strike. I'm actually gonna help Doody. You have to delete the video. If you delete the video and someone reported it, if they didn't get to the report yet, it won't affect your channel. I'm actually gonna help Doody out. Delete the video and you'll be okay. But I'm gonna say this: don't ever make a video about that ever again. Don't ever lie about me ever again, because every single time you do, I'm gonna call you out on it publicly. Every single fucking time. You're going to learn your lesson one way or another, Doody. Okay? Wow. That's got to be legendary. That's never happened before. All right? Wow. Holy shit. Anyway, I think it's time for some shout-outs. I think it's time for some royal shout-outs here on DSPGaming. All right. So let's get started. And by the way, guys, like I said, let's hit the goal before the end of the podcast. I think that was a pretty good segment. Let's hit this goal by the end of the show, so that way I can just play Call of Duty and have it off my mind. Let's fill the king's coffers with gold. Let's hear the trinkle of coins into the coffers, please. So we have Purple Pickle Yum Yum did a super chat. He says, do you think you'll hit 500,000 subs before you go bald? Now, that's an interesting question because a lot of people might think that's insulting. I don't find that insulting at all. Oh, really? Is that true? Sofa Ninja says he screwed himself because he's on a monetization review and you cannot delete or change anything on your channel while under review. Is that true? That I wouldn't know. But, I mean, yeah, I know. The reason I know the whole monetization thing, or not, excuse me, not the monetization thing, the delete video thing, the reason I know about this is because when I was getting hit by insane amounts of false copyright strikes in 2015, Machinima, my partner network, said, we'll private all your videos. So I privated them, and then I still got hit with copyright strikes anyway. And then they talked to YouTube, and YouTube said, yes, privating the videos does nothing. Once the thing is submitted, it still applies. You have to actually completely delete the video from your channel. That's why I deleted so many pre-streams from my videos that I lost millions upon millions of views, and it tanked my channel in 2015. That's exactly what happened. And we're going to talk about that tonight, actually, over on DSP Reacts. That's the topic we're talking about. That's going to be a big segment of tonight's React. So I hope that you guys will be there tonight for that. So there you go. But anyway, if he can delete the video, he absolutely should. Because if he doesn't, he's fucked. He will actually, like, you know, if someone's like submitted that video, he's completely fucked. Okay, anyway. So we're done. Let's continue. So Purple Pickle, back to being serious here again. Purple Pickle says, you think you'll hit 500,000 subs before you go bald, right? I think he's asking that as a kind of a joke, but at the same time, you know, it's kind of a serious question too. Do I think oh man, excuse me. Sorry. Do I think DSP Gaming will ever hit 500,000 subs? No, I don't. Dude, I have over 200,000 subs now. How many do I actually have? I actually don't even know how many I have. 214. What am I doing? My phone would tell me exactly how many I have. I'm being stupid. 214,324 subs is what I have right now. And that's with an increase of almost 2,000 subs in the last month. So I was around 212, and in the last month I gained about 2,000. I'm up to 214. But I just want you to think about that. Even in the month of my comeback, in the month where I'm getting rejuvenation, I only got 2,000 new subscribers. The only way DSP Gaming would hit 500,000 subs is if, for some reason, my channel went viral for something that I did, and then those videos grew in popularity, and it went out like that into the algorithm. That's how my channel originally grew, was that, you know, my videos were going viral, and people were talking about them and retweeting them, and everything went crazy with the videos, and then people came to the channel in droves and subscribed and watched. I don't think that's ever going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I don't. Even if I bust my ass and even this new content I'm making for you and everything, I don't feel like this channel will ever get to that level. Just being very matter of fact with all of you, okay? Maybe once in a while there'll be something that will get more attention. Happenstance interview with someone special or a collab with someone, but I don't think DSP Gaming will ever explode. What's sad is that morons like fucking Review Tech USA sit at 1 million subs. For what? I'm gonna say this. If you really, why does he have 1 million subs? He doesn't even make content anymore. But the thing is, no one ever unsubs, right? They sub and they never unsub. So he got 1 million fucking subs doing literally nothing, sitting around reading news articles, right? That's how he got his 1 million subs. I busted my ass for 16 years uploading insane amounts of gameplay content, and I'm never going to probably break. I would be shocked if I hit 250. Really, I would. My biggest month in years, I only got 2,000 new subs. I would be shocked if I ever hit 250,000 subs. Do I deserve more than that? I would argue just on the hard work I put in alone, yes. But I don't expect it. I don't expect anything. All right? Now, will I ever hit 500K subs before I go bald? I guess it depends. I mean, my hair is thinning a little bit, but it actually hasn't really thinned that much in the last 10 years. If you look at my hairline when I started on YouTube like 14, 15 years ago versus now, it's only a little bit further back. So I might lose more hair, but I don't think I really care. I don't think I'll ever go bald. I think I might lose more hair, but I don't think I'll ever go bald. So, no, I don't think that would happen. Arrow Squirrel gifted 5 memberships to the community. Thank you so much, Arrow Squirrel. I appreciate that. Enjoy, everybody. Andy is here. and gifted 5 memberships to the community. So thank you very much for that, Andy. Beast Bot, excuse me, did a super chat. And he says, alive, felting by the king. Yes. Thank you very much, Beast Bot. I appreciate that. Cool. Oh, let's see here. I received a $2 tip. You're right. The Kino boys are offline. Their live chat is always online. It was hostile toward you all day yesterday. You can go to their page and read it for yourself. Well, first of all, when you say their live chat is always online, you're talking about the chat room on their page, their channel. So that wasn't them. That was people in their chat. By the way, if you're not aware, a lot of people in their chat have been hostile towards me. A lot of them were my detractors. I know, because when I would like sit there and watch their show and be in the chat, I would see a lot of negative people talking towards me like that. So their entire audience at Kino Casino does not like me. But it is a select group of them that have given me a shot and actually like me because they checked out my content. And I appreciate all of you. I know for a fact I would not have 768 viewers on my podcast if it weren't for all of you coming over here and giving me a chance. And I so appreciate that. I showed you the analytics 2 days ago of how much this channel has improved and grown just in the last month because of all of you giving me that shot, and I appreciate it. But their chat was never 100% on my side. So being that they're not broadcasting now, and the fact that my documentary just came out, obviously, that's the situation, right? Like, of course, the negative people are going to come out to roost when the negative thing is happening. But the Kino Casino guys are not shitting on me. They're on vacation. They haven't made any content at all. So what are you even talking about, right? Okay. Let's see here. Okie dokie tipped $1, and he's complaining about the worst owner in baseball. And he says, can I please not be banned? Okie dokie, I have no idea what you're talking about. Are you saying you were banned? I didn't ban you. Who banned you? Do we even have any moderators in here today? I don't think we have any moderators in here today. So who banned you? There's no moderators in chat. Besides me, and I didn't ban you. How did you manage to get banned? I don't even know. Again, if you email me, I'll look into it. I don't know what's going on, man. It ain't me. Did YouTube ban you again? For the zillionth time? Jeez, dude. Anyway. All right. So I think I've caught up. What we do, I've talked about all my topics I wanted to talk about today. And I want to say again, thank you to the tipper who tipped about what's coming up in the documentary today. So I have this video frame of reference here to talk about it. Okay. That's good. I'm glad that we have that and we can take a look at it. Okay. Okay. Cool. I can close all this. I can close that. I can close this. Right. Okay. Cool. So, whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm open to talk about. Whatever you guys want to talk about, just tag me in chat at DSPGaming. Oh, excuse me. What's up, Jade? How are you today? How's it going? Jade, I know you're excited for Call of Duty. Me too. The Call of Duty stuff is fun, right? The beta was not so bad so far. I just don't like that rewind map. But outside of that, I'm having a good time with it. I'm looking forward to more of it today. And I'll play it again on the weekend, too, because it continues next week, the open beta. Hopefully, they have new maps by next weekend, though. Spawn Killer did a super chat. Says, the video is back up. I don't care. At this point, the dude, even if it is back up, he's rubber banding left, right, up, and down. And you know why? Because he's scared shitless. I mean, it's funny. The guy's named Doody is scared shitless. You know, but again, my recommendation, delete the video. Because if someone does report it, even if you private it, it still gets you in trouble. I'm not reporting it, and I don't want my viewers to report it, but, I mean, dude, you violated terms of service in black and white right there, dude. Okay. What's up, Doomer? How are you? Do I have any memberships to give out this morning? Good question. Has YouTube refreshed the memberships? Yes. Yes. How about I give out 5 memberships this morning? I want to save 5 for a special thing, because there's 10 to gift out a month. I'll gift out 5 myself. Here we go. Let's see who gets them. Congrats to the after show. And that's it, the after show. I guess the other 4 will be given out later. YouTube is slow sometimes. They drag their feet with gifting out these memberships for some reason. I don't know why. WebG, Garce, congrats. Sub, congrats. And there's one more coming. Bradley Jenajon. Congrats to all 5 of you. I hope you enjoy. You're going to get access to all my tons of emotes. You don't have to abide by the slow mode rules of the chat. You get some pretty good features. So, good stuff there. Very good. No, like I said, this beta of Call of Duty, I'm not going to do lobbies or anything. I'm only playing it 2 or 3 times. So, I just want to play and just jump in and play as much as I can while I can. When the real game comes out, if there is desire to maybe set up lobbies where people join me and we all play together, maybe we'll do that. For now, I'm just going to play it casually. We're not going to get all so serious about it. Okay? Cool. All right, so if you guys could support the stream today, that sure would be great. With over 700 viewers and climbing, we got 230 likes, guys. Let's hit 250 right now. If you're watching the stream and you're having a good time, please click the like button. It's free. It's easy to do. It helps the channel a ton. Please do that. Outside of that, we got $6 of super chats. Let's get that going. And we got 16 members. Let's get that to 20 if we can. And of course, as you know, my tips goal for an entire stream, including the Call of Duty segment, is $150. We're at 54. I want to continue the king streak and celebrate with all of you that we've hit 32, crushing it. So when Doody streams and other people have to clip this channel, they have to look at that, they have to look at that, and they have to choke on it. All right? So let's get it going. Let's crush it today again. Thank you, CCA. 12 months as a member since I have returned. Welcome back, CCA. Evan Knight says, if you ever do lobbies in the future, I'm down. Sounds good. But we have to figure out how exactly to set that up. Because obviously now there's probably newfound interest in me. And we might have people actually competing to try to be in those lobbies rather than my detractors. So we'll have to figure out a way to do that. We have to, really seriously think about it. Excuse me. Jade says, I'd like to see Jasper. He is here. No, hey, Jasper Kitty. Where are you, Jasper Kitty? Jasper Kitty. Jasper. I don't know where he went. I heard him jingling in the hallway, but I guess he didn't come in. I pet him before, but I don't think he jumped on the chair today, did he? What's up, Obakobi HD? How are you today? How could I be trending Twitter gaming news? Why would I be trending in Twitter gaming news? Why? Because I felt it a duty? I felt it a duty! Ugh! Thank you to Andy. Andy has gifted 5 more memberships, so we've hit 20 today. Thank you so much. And everyone who just got those gifted memberships, please enjoy them. I hope you do. June's documentary is trending. There you go. Good. I'm glad. I'm happy for him. I just find it funny because, like, you would think that a giant documentary drops about me, and it's basically all negative, which we all knew it would be, right? It wasn't going to be a positive documentary of feel-goods and shit. But I just find it funny that basically the documentary is doing very well, right? And basically it's not the end of me. I'm fine. I actually have a lot of viewers on my podcast this morning, which I'm happy that you guys are all here. Thanks for coming by and checking me out. You would think this is the downfall of this man. He's destroyed him. No, I'm actually just normally talking with June back and forth every day about his success, and we're cordial, and I'm reacting to it every night, and we're having a good time with it, and I'm still making my content and having a good time. It hasn't affected me in the least. Why? Because I'm a normal person, right? I'm just a normal dude who's been through a hell of a lot of shit, but I'm just a normal guy, right? I'm not one of these fucking weirdo people doing insanely over-the-top, crazy, underhanded shit that you could hate on for that. Is it true? I don't know if this is true. People are saying that Review Tech has not reacted to his documentary at all. Like, he won't even do anything about it. Why not? Or did he? Because someone said he didn't, but you would think that would be the first thing he would want to do since he has no content. That you would think that he would want to react to his June the King documentary. But are you telling me that now it's been in a month and he still hasn't? He did? Okay. He did, but not your watch party? Oh, he did it the actual day of the doc. All right, so someone lied to me then. I was going to say, you would think that would be like gold, right? Like that would be the content he wants to make because you get something out of it. You know, turn a negative into a positive, right? Okay. He never saw what the chip is about? Ah. Well, that's good. President Lindbergh says he was really pretty much a good sport, and he did verify pretty much everything June said for the most part. Good. I mean, good on him, right? Very good on him for that. That's a good thing that he did that. Boudreaux tipped me, did a $10 super chat. Excuse me. Boudreaux did a $10 super chat. He says the following: June exposed you for owning people at Evo, getting angry at video games, and felting everyone's favorite government agency. How will you ever recover? But the funny part is when we get to all of this, like a lot of people keep saying that, I'm just going to say this up front. I know this is a spoiler. I swear to all of you, 100% truth coming out of me right now and will be during my react. I never did anything to lie during any proceeding of bankruptcy, during taxes. Never. I have never lied on any of that stuff. It's all 100% truth, what I've done. The thing is, everyone looks at it and has their own little 5-10 cents to add to it with their little commentary and shit. And again, this is a spoiler, so I'm not going to talk in detail about it. We're going to talk in detail about it when we watch the documentary portion on that, right? But I know even the Kino Casino guys like to joke. That didn't happen. It literally did not happen. But hey, what can you do, right? I mean, this is what everyone's talking about, so. But thank you, Boudreaux, for the super chat. Let me get you on the leaderboard here. Okay. I received a $5 tip from Okie dokie. Thanks for being fair, benign, unbiased. I emailed you whenever you have time. Yeah, how did you get banned? I don't even know when he got banned. How does this dude get banned like at least once a month? I don't even understand it. I really don't, because it's not me doing it, and we don't even have that many mods. So who keeps banning it? Now I'm fascinated. I actually want to see if he is banned or if YouTube shit canned him again. So hold on a second. Let's see. Let's see. Switch accounts. Go to DSPGaming. Go search for the account. Paste the name. Search for the name. Go to the channel. Look at the channel. Guess what, okie dokie? You're not banned. Sounds to me like YouTube banned you again. You are not banned on my channel, DSPGaming. So if you can't talk in chat, it sounds like someone got you again, dude. YouTube got you again because you're not banned. I'm on your channel, and it does not say that you are banned at all. So, this is probably... How many times did you get freaking owned on YouTube? Yeah, dude. Yikes. I don't even know what else to say to you anymore, dude. I mean, you just keep getting yourself banned on YouTube, and it has nothing to do with me. But you're not banned on the channel at all. I was definitely going to say, because I know I didn't ban them, and yesterday particularly, we didn't have many mods. So I was wondering, like, what is he possibly talking about, right? That he's banned. I didn't ban him. You know, last night, maybe, Last night maybe on the React, but not now. I don't know. Anyway. All right. We still got a little bit of time, guys. It's early. It's actually only 12:30. I'm shocked it's early. And I kind of got through everything. So yeah, so whatever you guys want to talk about, tag me in the chat. And if any more contributions come in, I'll shout them out. Again, the goal, I would love to hit this goal right here by the end of the podcast. So that way we can just focus on Call of Duty. So if you like the content, please support it. How are we doing on 250 likes? We got the 250 likes I asked for. I appreciate that. I really do. If we make it 300, if you're here and you're enjoying the stream, please click like. It helps this channel a ton. I'd really appreciate that. Yeah, you see, because this is the thing, all right? I don't like people saying shit. I understand it's a joke, but I don't like people saying shit like that. Like, oh, Phil cheated this and did this, because then people will say it in mass and people start to believe it. And that I don't like, because then, you know, that's when shit happens. You know what I mean? I don't want people to mass say that Phil cheated this and swindled this and got out of this and wriggled out of this. I don't like that, because I didn't. And I don't want to now be treated like I did, because fucking everyone's saying it. You understand? I don't have to deal with the repercussions of that bullshit, because I didn't do anything wrong. I haven't in that regard. And I don't want to now be fucking, you know, be treated like I did by the internet or otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let's collectively not be saying some fucked up shit. Am I going to play Silent Hill 2 Remake on the highest difficulty? No, I'm going to play it on standard difficulty. And I'm not going to field any complaints about it either. I'm going to play it how I want, and you're either going to like it or you can skip it. Big Papa Phil says, in 2010 and 2011, did you ever consider hiring a team to help produce your content? So I thought that June would have covered this, but he didn't. He kind of glossed through those days. Yes, I was being frivolous with my money and spending statues and shit, but I actually had a good amount of money, and I was thinking of getting an office rather than doing all of my content out of my condo. All right. I was told by my tax guy back then that it would actually make sense to get an office, because an office is considered a full tax write-off. So basically, whatever I paid on like the rent and the space of the office to furnish the office, I wouldn't have to pay taxes on that. So it would make sense to do. It's almost like pays for itself. And if I got an office, now I could have like different rooms that are for different projects. Like one room could be for filming gameplay. One room could be for me filming vlogs, right? And then we could have places where I could film skits and shit like I wanted to do. I always wanted to expand and do more content. So I actually wanted to have a studio. Funny enough, that's exactly what that guy with the glasses, Doug Walker, the Nostalgia Critic, did with his channel Awesome. He actually got a whole office and did basically what I wanted to do, he had done. Like, that's what he ended up doing. And he still does his content out of there today. You know, that's how he films all his stuff. So that was what my plan was. And I had even talked to a coworker of mine who had previously worked at that company, the helicopter company, HSI. And this person was like, I'm fed up. I don't want to work here anymore. And I was like, you know, if things keep going the way they're going, and if I keep getting more popular on YouTube and I'm making lots of money, you know, I'd be looking for some help. And she was like, yeah, I would actually love to work for you. Like, what would I do? I said, well, you would upload videos, you would edit titles, you maybe do some video editing, which I could teach you how to do. So she was totally on board. It was just like, am I going to continue on the upward trend that I am climbing? You know what I mean? And yeah, what would have happened was probably it would have been me and John and Howard and others coming and filming content. They probably would have become my official employees. We would have had like an actual studio. These were our jobs. We were going to make this content, produce it for YouTube, have other people working for us as well. And why did none of that come to fruition? It was very simple. I wanted to move out of Connecticut. I just didn't like living in Connecticut. Connecticut was way too expensive because it was right near New York. And New York is, you know, New York City. So everything's overly expensive. Plus, a ton of rich people live in very small pockets of Connecticut, which drives the per capita income way up and the taxes way up. So you were paying sky-high taxes, sky-high prices for literally no reason. There's no benefit to living in Connecticut. And if I was going to do my own kind of content, right, I could do it anywhere in the country. I didn't have to make it in Connecticut. I could have made it at any state, anywhere in the country, because digital content for the internet. So my plan was to move out of Connecticut, all right, and then hopefully within a few years be able to do that plan. Now, obviously, it meant that probably John wasn't going to come with me, but who knew, right? Who knew what would have happened long term if things continued to go well? They did not. As you'll find out in the documentary tonight, as soon as I moved, that was like the end of positive DSP. Seriously, like when I moved from Connecticut to Washington State over 10 years ago, public opinion completely turned against me. It was more fun to make fun of me and laugh at me than with me. People wanted to deride my content. This is when I was hit with false copyright strikes. I was swatted. I was DDoS attacked. I was doxxed. I was constantly made fun of, but this is how you don't play on the internet. And I became the joke rather than the jokester telling the joke. You see? And then basically my popularity plateaued. And ever since then, it's just been going down, 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 down. And then all of a sudden in the last month, it slightly went back up a tiny bit and is starting to gain traction again. So, yeah, that's what happened. So I would have, at one point, probably got an office and had a bunch of employees and done all that shit. I just didn't want to do it in Connecticut. I didn't want to think of it this way. If you get into a lease in an office, you got a bunch of equipment in there and shit. Now you're very, very apt to not want to move. You know what I'm saying? Like, not all your shit's there. You're weighed down and stuff. So now you don't want to move from where you are because you're already there and you're ingrained in there. And I didn't want to get stuck in documentaries or stuck in Connecticut. I said that because someone said documentary. Okay. Whoa, hold on a second, guys. I received a whopping $100 tip from Bloodwolf2A2. I'm here to keep the king streak running. Thank you so much to Bloodwolf2A2 for a very generous $100 tip here today on DSPGaming. The king streak continues. I said the king streak, it's never going to end. You gotta fellow detractors like Doody streams. They're the losers. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Come on. Come on. Oh wait, my documentary came out. I'm supposed to be sad. Right? I'm supposed to be downtrodden. You guys aren't here. How many people do I have on stream? 7, right? Oh, excuse me, 733. I thought there were 7 people on my stream because my documentary came out. I was listening to the detractors. So the goal is, first of all, let's get Bloodwolf2A2 up on the leaderboard. Okay. Let's get the total updated. Because, ladies and gentlemen, 32 straight streams of crushing the goals. What did I just do? I'm still not used to this keyboard. 32 straight streams of crushing goals. And ladies and gentlemen, you know what that means. It's time to make it rain here on DSPGaming. The King's coffers have been filled for the 32nd time in a row. I can't even move because I'm like Scrooge McDuck in the money bin. I'm stuck in the coins. I'm like, oh, I can't. Oh, someone get a shovel to get me out because you guys have supported me so much and it continues. I thought it was going to end today because my documentary was out, but I guess you guys dropped some spare change because the king streak continues and I'm so appreciative. Thank you all so very, very much for supporting me in all of my content. I really mean it. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Excellent. Thank you so much, Bloodwolf. What a very, very generous tip. But it continues. The rain continues. I received a $5 tip. Someone says, well, let me play the animation first because they have a big message here. $5 tip from somebody. Go. So he says, hope you managed to keep this positive outlook come what may. In earlier days, I watched some of the more moderate, less deranged detractor stuff over the years. Doody was always repellent, for the record, laughing out loud. And it's good to see you turning a corner. Keep at it. There'll be bumps in the road, I'm sure. There's always bumps. And I know that. Like I said, the way I see it, success is fleeting for me. Because in my life's like this. First it's good, then it's bad, then it's good, then it's bad, then it's good, then it's bad. So, you know, I would be nice if at the very least, you know, what I'm experiencing right now could last a bit rather than be the rug pulled out from under me, zoop like this. And oh, no, I'd rather just have it be, you know, let's have at least a ride of positivity for a bit before something shitty happens. Because undoubtedly something shitty will happen in life and you got to deal with it, right? But here's the truth is I used to be a very more positive, happy-go-lucky guy who would say silly things and joke and do shit like this all the time. But man, after a decade of being beat up, you just lose that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you lose the ability to kind of roll with punches and laugh at stuff because literally there's nothing to roll with. Everyone hates you, right? Even if I roll with it, no one cares. People just want to crap on me. And for example, my incident. So the incident happens in 2016. I roll with it and everyone likes me for a little bit, but then it just goes away because my detractors don't stop. My detractors keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. And within a few months of the incident, people have forgotten how funny it was. And now it's just back to making fun of Phil constantly about every little thing he does and says. So I have these little rises and then all of a sudden they get taken away from me. It's not like I don't try to capitalize. If you remember when the incident happened, that's when I started KO Gaming. And I did a whole editing channel with in-depth reviews and things like that. And it got taken away from me. The shit just keeps, I try to change and improve. And then people fuck with me and it gets taken away again and again and again. So I try to improve and change. And, you know, it's hard to stay in a positive mindset. But I used to be happy like this all the time. I did. But what people don't remember is that before my detractors started fucking with my income, I wasn't someone who was constantly asking for contributions, talking about income. Never. It was not a big deal at all. I was making enough income just on views on YouTube to make a living. So I wasn't shilling products. I wasn't asking you to click referral codes or buy crap or come to a convention and buy a book or pay for an autograph. I wasn't doing any of that. I was just pumping out videos and making ad revenue. That was it. It wasn't until the detractors concretely interfered with my life and fucked with my income that all these practices that people hate me for, the begging and shit, that's when it started. Because I had to do it to maintain what I was doing because they took away my livelihood. But this channel, DSPGaming, was bringing in 5 million views a month. That was more than enough to pay for everything. And then they hit me with false copyright strikes that took me out of the YouTube algorithm. And then I couldn't get views anymore. So I had to find other means to make a living. And that's when the Patreon and the begging began. So the things they don't like, they created. I didn't have to do those things until they fucked with my life. You know, I like being positive. I like joking. I like having a good time with you guys. I don't like having to mention income every 5 seconds. Because we hit the goals now, I don't have to bring it up. Every once in a while during today's Call of Duty, I'll say, hey guys, if you like the stream, please give it a like. It helps with engagement. Please support. But I'm not going to sit here harping on it. I want more. I want more. No. I don't like doing that at all. That's annoying. I don't want to be a fucking used car salesman. You know what I mean? I want to have fun with games and shit with you guys. That's what it's all about. So that's just life, you know? That's just life. Now, someone says, oh, that's not true. It was the adpocalypse. Wrong. My channel got fucked before the adpocalypse. This channel was fucked in 2015 when the ad revenue was still rolling, like the land of milk and honey, baby. I got it taken away from me 2 years earlier than that. You're right. In 2017, everyone had to adapt, correct? And I did too. That's when I became a full-time live streamer. But in 2015 is when I was screwed over. So your timeline's wrong, bro. We're going to talk about it tonight in the documentary, so you'll see. Okay. More shout-outs. Wow. I received an $11 tip. In the doc, there's really nothing crazy like there is on other people. I'm glad you're reacting to it. Otherwise, it would be a drag and a boring 4 hours. Like I said, I can't imagine someone sitting there for 4 hours watching that in like back to back. That is so fucking boring. All right. But if you're watching it in little increments, like episodes, or if you're watching someone commentate on it, obviously me having insightful knowledge about everything in it, that I could see, you know, but just to sit there for 4 fucking straight hours and watch it, I don't think I'm entertaining enough. You know what I mean? I just don't think so. I don't think there's been enough drama in my life to keep you entertained for 4 straight hours, you know? I received a $1 tip. It's just a troll. Just gonna ignore him. Good. I'll keep your $1 though. Thanks. Good. Yes, the June the King documentary is still getting tons of views. Probably will hit 500K by the end of today would be my estimate. I think it will hit 500K by the end of today. And by the end of the week, it'll probably hit 1 million. And I hope it does. I hope it hits 1 million views by the end of the week. That would be tremendous for June, I'm sure. Okay. Let's see here. So the Obi Kobe HD says, by the way, this is the first time in years your videos are actually showing up first for me. By searching for any of your channels, they pop up. Good news, it's wild, your actual content. Exactly. We are doing it. We're turning it around. All right, we're turning it around. We're making it so my content now shows up in YouTube search so people can find me at a time when you want that to happen because they're watching my documentary. All right, how about this? Now, many of you who are watching the stream right now, if you're a newcomer and you're realizing you can't talk in the chat, it's because I have a 1-hour sub mode. And the reason is because I get a lot of trolls who come in with bots and stuff, and we need this to control the chat. But I'm just curious. I'm going to put up a poll in chat right now. I want to know how many people... Let me do it this way. Are you a relative newcomer to DSP, or have you been here a while? Option number 1, relative newcomer. Option number 2, been here a while. Please vote in the chat because we have 700 people live on stream, and I'm curious. You should see the poll popping up in chat right now live if you're here. And I'm curious, how many people are relative newcomers to my content who are now actually here hanging out with me daily versus how many people are longtime viewers, right? I'm curious if the poll will be representative of what YouTube told me in those analytics. If you remember, what the analytics said was that I had about a 20% increase in views, but a 50% increase on streams. So half the people watching me like on stream are newcomers relatively. So according to what YouTube said in its analytics, right? So, but that's the cool thing. If I'm now showing up in YouTube search, that means I'm going to have more and more newcomers coming, not only to watch my podcast every day and to watch these cool interviews that I'm going to be doing, but also to watch me play the hot new games and everything coming out, right? Like, that's exciting. I want people to come by and watch me play the big games and everything coming out in the next several months. It's going to be very exciting times. There you go. Doomer says, been here since 2008, but legit started watching your content in 2014. Crystal Pontac says, I'm here for the first time. I was introduced by the Keno Casino. Well, welcome. Jade says, are you the Undertaker or are you Scrooge McDuck? I guess I'm both, right? I got this crazy streak going on, but at the same time, I'm swimming in coins. And it's a good feeling, and thank you guys. Thank you guys for supporting. By the way, obviously, no, I'm not filthy rich. This streak has only been happening. This is 32 streams, so that's what? 2 weeks? Roughly around 2 weeks of straight success, and I really appreciate that, guys. If we keep it going, yes, I've already said, if we keep this going for an extended period of time, this could be life-changing. This could be like not only seeing me improve my setup and my content, but also behind the scenes, my wife and I, our life could be significantly improved as a result. And let me tell you guys something. I will tell you if and when things are actually happening behind the scenes that are good because of your support, all right? In fact, I can tell you this. We already have some plans, perhaps later this month, to go do something that we've wanted to do for 2 years and couldn't do it, and now we'll finally be able to do it. So I'll tell you about that if and when it comes to fruition, okay? So everyone's saying something different. This is my first stream, 672. Well, welcome, 672. I know, I don't recognize you at all. You look like some kind of a confused person wandering in off the street, all disheveled, like a hobo. Like, where am I? Well, welcome to the stream, 672. A lot of people are saying they've been here for a while. That's cool. So here, let's take a look. Early voting, 280 votes. 32% are relative newcomers. 68% have been here for a while. So about a third of the people who are here hanging out with me are newcomers who are liking the stuff and hanging out with me every day. And that's awesome because it means you're finding me either from Keno Casino, maybe a few people trickled in from Keem and the Lol Cow stuff. I don't think that many did, but maybe a few, right? Or you're actually searching for me in YouTube chat and finding it for the first time in 10 freaking years, that can be said. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. We're 200, how many? 280 likes? Let's get to 300 likes. We're 281 right now. We can hit 300. With 740 people on the stream, we can hit 800 likes. Let's do it, guys. Click the like button if you like DSP Gaming and the content here. Get me some engagement. Help me out. Especially because we're going to finish soon and jump into Call of Duty, which should be really fun. Dragon's Advocate says, I came for the meme, but I stayed for the man. Well, thank you, Dragon's Advocate. I appreciate that. Aljum says, Kino Casino reintroduced me to your content. I remember watching your content many years ago, though. There you go. NinjaCom3 says, I'm a former detractor, but I've been watching you for years. The community fell off, and they need to stop. There you go. There again, I get, if you watch me and I'm acting like an asshole, I'm acting like a train wreck, I'm playing a game and I'm sucking ass and I'm swearing like an idiot, that's entertainment. And to sit in a community of people who's going to make fun of me for that, I get it. That's like, this is how you don't play shit, right? I totally get that now. Originally, 10 years ago, I didn't. Now I get it. But to sit in a hate-fueled community of people who literally wish me nothing but harm, pain, suffering, they want to not only see me act like a fool, but they want to injure me. They want my streams to suffer. They want my product to suffer. They want me to have less money for my family. They want to take money off my table, food off my table, because they don't like me so much. They want to go and put out insanely harmful personal information. They want to commit federal crimes against me, like fraud, in order to try to hurt me and my family. That's insanity. That's the level of crazy. And that's what needs to be exposed, because it's time for people to look at that and be like, what the fuck is going on? Enough of that. Make fun of Phil all you want, but going to the extent that you want to ruin this guy for fucking what? You know? Of course they want to tap phone lines. Of course they do. I'm telling you, these people are that nuts. They would go to that extent to try to fuck with me for some reason that is just inexplicable. They would do that. For sure. I know they would. Wow, you knew me since Das Bullshit made videos on me. Now, that was a very long time ago. Wow. Daisy says, I'm a fan since Castle Crashers. Life happened, but Kino Casino reintroduced you. I wish I'd known you were being harassed. I would have helped back then. Well, thank you, Daisy. President Lindbergh says, watching how other bad streamers now look over the past few months helps people realize that you're just normal. Right. That's true, too, because the villain says, you know, they'll all say that crime and lies and everything are horrible. Not the villain. This was Andy says this. He says crime and lies and everything's horrible. But, you know, if they can commit crimes against you, that's fine. If they can lie to make you look bad, that's fine. But, you know, God forbid that, you know, you ever involved in anything, but they could do it, but you can't. You're right. It's incredibly hypocritical. What Purple Pickle Yum Yum did a super chat. Thoughts on LTG's peanut butter complexion? I don't know. He works on his sexy quite a lot. So, I don't know if that pays off or not. I don't watch the man. I don't watch the man. I know nothing of him. He blocked me on Twitter and won't talk to me. He's hiding in his castle. So, I guess we're never going to get to talk to the man, you know? I mean, that would have been epic to have him come on the show and we have a discussion. People would have been here in droves. We'd have thousands of viewers to come see it, right? Me and LTG in an interview, talking back and forth to each other, asking each other questions, honest questions, right? It would have been pretty dope. But, you know, I can't find him. He's like in a bunker somewhere. Fucking, you know, like camouflage from the outside. You can't even see it. It's like one of those, like Transformers. They got like the fucking stealth armor. You can't see through it. Like blends in. But so you don't even know where the bunker is. You can't find it. He has to open the doors to the bunker to be known to the world where he is. He doesn't want to be known. He wants to hide in his bunker working on his sexy. Someone tip me $1 from Raging Boar. Can you unban me in chat? If you get unbanned, you have to email me at darksidefil@hotmail.com and you have to send me your channel address on YouTube, which could simply just be like the address of your page. And I can see if I can unban you from there, but I cannot live unban from a tip. It's not possible. Okay. Wow, over 300 likes. We did it. Thank you, guys. I think we should get ready to adjourn. Unless anyone has a final thing they want to talk about or like a final contribution. By the way, the results of the poll are as follows. Relative newcomers, 31%. Been here a while, 69%. So about a third of my viewership right now is relative newcomers coming by and checking me out. And I'm so appreciative for that. It is you guys liking the videos, leaving comments and having discussions on the videos, sharing the videos, and contributing during these streams. You are turning things around for me. You are. I want you to understand it's changing my life in a positive way. I can't wait to start sharing things with you that I am doing that are positive with what you guys are doing to help me out. So thank you so much for that. Okay? Okay. All right. I think it's time to end the show. I want to play some Call of Duty. So for those of you who like gameplay and you want to see me kick ass in Call of Duty, because I did really good in this game the other day. I was like top of the leaderboards a lot of the games, and I was getting kill streaks and shit. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that'll happen today, but I did pretty darn good. So if you want to see some high-end Call of Duty, great graphics, gameplay on my kick-ass PC, stick around. If not, tonight I'll be reacting to my documentary over on DSP Reacts. That's at DSP Reacts on YouTube. Between 6:45 to 7 p.m. Pacific time sharp, be there. So I'm going to start right at 7, and we're going to do about 2 to 2.5 hours of reacting tonight. And then tomorrow I'll be back to play some Street Fighter 6, Blanca. Okay? All right, guys, thank you. Great show. Really enjoyed your company. Thank you so much. Have a good day. See you soon.